everybody, I'm Joey.
And I'm Camilla.
And today we are talking about silver and gold pyramids.
Pyramids!
Pyramids! I love pyramids. Have you played the original silver and gold?
I've not. Also, why do you love pyramids? Have you been to pyramids? I'm confused by that statement.
I want to go to pyramids.
Oh, you like the idea of pyramids?
I do.
God, okay. Sorry. No, I've not. Or yes, I have. Played the original silver and
gold. The triangle is my favorite shape.
Got it. All right. We've gotten to the root of this statement. I love it.
Okay. Tell me like anything Egyptian. And rolling rights. I like anything Egyptian.
Okay, I'm iffy on Egyptian.
Really?
I was like, yes, it's one I'm skeptical of a lot of times. I'm like,
I agree with that.
If it's like mummies and stuff, I'm there.
That's
Indiana
true.
Jones, not so much.
Hurts me. But, okay, this is a rolling right, so before we get to it, let's see how it's played. Okay, we are set up for a game of silver and gold pyramids right here. Now, quickly I'm going to tell you this is not a full rules teach. This is a quick overview, so you kind of get an idea of how the game plays. But now, normally this is my player hand right here, so normally this would be in front of me. But I'm going to put it up here on camera just so you guys can kind of see what happens in my hand. So first off, they're going to be this little display in front that you're going to be able to grab these cards from once you complete a card of your own. You're going to get 2 cards and this scoring card at the beginning. So if you don't know silver and gold, it is a polyomino game. Each one of these is going to have a different shape. All right? So these shapes are going to be, once they draw, you are going to be able to go on your board. Now, unlike silver and gold, you're not trying to complete all of these boxes here. You are wanting to get a path from the entrance here all the way down to the treasure or the tomb right down here. You're going to try to go in there and complete the objective. Now, as you go along the way, you're going to hit different things. So let's go through what each of these mean. So first off, the torches. You can grab 1 torch per round. If you grab it, it is worth 5 points. Neither of these have torches, but the ones in the display do. So if I were to get that and I were able to go through it, my first torch for the round would be 5 points. So then you've got scoring. These are for the green, yellow, and purple pyramids. Then that is by numbers of 2. So the first person to get 2 purples is going to get 10 points. And they announce loudly, I got the 10 points. Then that person gets a 10. Everybody else is going to cross it off. So the next person to get 2 or 4 or 6 will get the next value, 6, then 3. So only one person will be allowed to get each of these numbers. Now also, if 2 people tie, these numbers right here, like if these 2 finish at the same time for 2 different people, the lower number wins the tie, and that's why those numbers are there. So that completes this right here. Then you've got the jewels, red and green. You're going to see those. And as you cross those off, you are going to get those jewels. But here, if you have a set, that is 5 points. If they're single, that is 1. So if you just have 4 reds, that is 4 points. But if each of these are red, green, red, green, red, green, you get 5 for each. And then you write that there. Then you've got the skulls. The skulls are bad. If you get the skulls, you're then going to cross off one of these, and you get negative points at the end of the game. Now, those can be negated by these potions over here. If you ever do get a potion, then you get to erase 2 of those skulls, and that will bring your negative down. So potions are good, kind of a healing potion thing. And the only other thing that wasn't covered are these little red X's right here. If you do get a red X, that allows you to cross off 1 more box somewhere on one of the cards. And again, every path needs to be connected. So once you come in, the next square or the next shape needs to be connected to that because you are making a path from here to here. So let's go through a quick thing here. We're going to flip this over. 2 right there. That was a very boring one. But let's just go, tell you what, let's go here. Boom. And then boom. There we go. We've completed that. And next, aha. We've got this shape. Now again, these shapes can be turned any way. They can be turned or mirrored any way you want to. I could go over here, but I'll probably have to hit a skull there. So instead, I'm going to go here. Boom, 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 and there we go. We got a green, cross that off right there. And then you keep going. Flip this. All right, I've got a shape. And for this shape, I can't put anything here. I could go over here. It doesn't get me any closer to this, but I tell you what, I will go right here. So we're going to go right there. Okay? And then every time you're going to complete one of those, so say you've actually gone through here, say you did 2 here, boom, boom, that gave you an extra one, you went here, and then somehow you got all the way here, all right? Then you're going to take this away, put in your completed, and pull one from the display. Maybe another purple because you want to finish up purple. So that's how you're going to get new cards. And again, you're going to add them up at the end, and you're going to multiply that by 10 to see how many of your total cards are completed. Then you're going to tally all these up, and it is 4 rounds. And a round consists of all of these shapes except for one. So you're going to have one of these cards that is not used every round. So kind of get a little bit of randomization there. So after 4 rounds, you tally everything up, and you see who is the winner. And that is how it's played. So let's send it back and see what we thought about it. Okay, so that is how you play Silver and Gold Pyramids. All right, so you said you have not played the original one, right?
I have played the original. I lied. Yes.
Good. All right, that's something really good to lie about.
I choose my lies carefully.
Okay, so the original, what this does differently is it kind of you make a path through there to the end.
Right, it's a little more flexible in that way, right? You can make the path. You don't have to do the full completion. And you want to complete the card, but you can take a little detour if you want. Is that torch worth it? Is the extra space worth it? I also find it gives you some flexibility in the shapes and where you put it. So I'm taking that, fine, I'll just do 1X option a lot less. Right,
I agree with that because after I played this, I went back and played the original one, and I do like this one a lot better. Silver and Gold is one of those that I think it's more of an end of the night game.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not.
Or a weekday night where it's like, I don't know,
right.
I just, I've got 10 minutes while the noodles are boiling, kind of game that I pull out. It's definitely a filler of a filler kind of thing.
It is, but it's one of those I think has staying power for me at least. Silver and Gold is really good. So this right here, I do like going through there. I also like the decisions with the skulls and how those making your way around, or you can go straight through and complete that card, and are you going to balance it out later with potions?
Right, and that is one thing that I found a real push and pull within myself is the skull versus potions. I love on one hand that you have that option and you can say, is it worth taking that skull? And is it worth hoping for a potion later? If it pans out and you get that potion, yes, absolutely. But the potions are kind of few and far between and up to luck if you get a card with it. Not just the luck of if you get a shape and can get to it,
right?
But also, is it going to come up? So I definitely was kind of split on that. Ultimately, I think I come down on I like that the option is there. I think it does provide more interesting decisions on when are you going to take that skull for the ultimate end goal that you're going for, be it a torch, be it finishing the card, whatever it is.
I agree. And the torch is the one that the torches, if they show up or not on your card, is important too, because there are times I never got any torches at all.
Really, I feel like they were more prevalent, and maybe this is just, again, bad luck and draw. I definitely felt like the torches were more prevalent than the healing potion.
Oh, I agree with that.
But I'm like 10 cards in and I've seen neither, so I don't know. Stats, not my strength.
And also, I do think too, the gems as far as there's a lot of luck in the cards you draw on these. Like there have been games where I just get all red, and that's just one apiece.
Yeah.
And if you start getting those 5, 5, 5, 5, you can really run off with this.
Absolutely, and I think this is one that I keep finding myself saying, "Gosh, I wish I had more options." Like I wish when you drew in the beginning of the game you get 4 cards and you keep 2.
Right.
I wish every time you drew you got to draw 2 and choose 1. To really kind of hone in. But then at that point am I just making the game too complicated, and is where this game shines being so simple, being that filler of fillers. That, oh man, my luck didn't work against me. Oh, noodles are done, never mind. And you move on and then pull it out again the next day and try again, have a completely different experience. So at what point am I trying to gamify the game too much and just really need to appreciate it for what it is?
That's a good point, because this I enjoy because I think it adds things but does not overcomplicate a game that is meant to be light.
Absolutely. I would say this complexity is right there with the old Silver and Gold.
I agree.
It's a new twist, a new little flavor, but the complexity is right there, and I think you mentioned staying power earlier. I think it's right there with it as well.
I agree.
If not maybe even more, because it is more open world.
Yes.
An open world in the little shape and the way you can fill out that shape to complete the card.
That's the other thing. You don't complete, you just, and I like how people have different strategies. Some might really try to hit everything on a card they can to get every jewel you can, and you can load up on the points. or complete and go for those sets of different color
Right.
pyramids and just blaze through there.
Or even just completed cards are 10 points each.
Exactly.
That's huge.
That is massive.
You know?
So, all right. So, where would you come down on this?
Final score, I'm going to come down to 8.5 on this. I think for me, it does replace the original Silver and Gold. I think this, I want to say the theme hits more. I don't know, but really they're both kind of themeless, at the same
Right,
time.
I
But
know.
for some
Yeah.
reason, this one just does feel really fresh. I think component quality is right there with the first one as well. Anytime you tell me there's a roll and write and it's got these plastic cards or, dry erase, I just hate when you get it and you start getting the nasty fuzzies around the
Yes.
edge. And does it go cardboard? I think component quality is surprisingly good on this for a deck of cards that you can write on. I think the replayability is there, and there's a lot of different strategy that you can go into. But at the end of the day, it does go a whole lot more lucky, and you just have a good time in 10 minutes tops, I think. With
Yeah.
a teach, you're looking at 15 minutes.
That's the thing. It says 20, but I think it's really 10 because you
agree.
blink and you're almost through it. I'm coming actually the same as 8.5 because I really did like Silver and Gold, but this one does replace it because as much as I like that, I like the variability, the choices you have because really when you're trying to fill up a card, your choices are limited. Here you're trying to create a path and everything's connected and you've got different strategies. Do you fill through it? Do you not? I think Silver and Gold is still a great game, but I think if I had to choose one, I would choose this for sure.
I think so as well. I think this replaces it for me, but if it doesn't for you, they're similar enough that that's completely viable. I wouldn't say if you have Silver and Gold, trash it and go get this one.
Right.
For me, who's played Silver and Gold, enjoyed it, haven't played it to death, and I don't own either, this is the one I would go buy. But ultimately, I think you can look and say, hey, do you like to be that completionist where you have to complete everything? Or do you like kind of that open decisions where you have to weigh, is it worth taking the skull in order to get that extra little thing? Are you more about the decision space or are you more about the completion? And there's your choice between the two games.
And Camilla collects skulls when she plays this game, apparently. You get a lot of skulls.
IRL.
Yeah. Okay,
Let's
that's
be
true.
clear.
Wow. Very true. All right, so that is Silver and Gold Pyramids. All right, I'm Joey.
I'm Camilla.
All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
Collect skulls.
See pyramids.
Send me pictures.